stone. He has been dead for 4 days. John chapter 11 verse 39. Wednesday of the 5th week of Lent. Before they reach Jerusalem, Jesus is called to the town of Bethany by startling news. His dear friend Lazarus is dying. We will let the Apostle John tell the story. Lazarus is the brother of Mary and Martha, and his sisters have sent the word to Jesus that he whom you love is ill. Jesus knows that Lazarus will die. For he says to the apostles, Lazarus is dead, and for your sake I am glad that I was not there, so that you may believe. Although death has overtaken Lazarus, Jesus knows the Father's plans for glory. He travels to Bethany, knowing well what will soon happen. Now when Jesus came, he found that Lazarus had been in the tomb 4 days. Jesus speaks to Martha and Mary and is deeply moved. He weeps, and then he goes with them to Lazarus' tomb. There, he boldly commands, "Take away the stone." Let me remind you of the circumstances. Lazarus has been dead for days. His body has been sealed in darkness, and nature has begun to take its course. Martha, the sister of the dead man, said to him, "Lord, by this time there will be an odor. He has been dead 4 days." Jesus is not afraid of decay. He is not afraid of the stench or the mess. He stands at the entrance of the tomb and proclaims, "Lazarus, come out." And the dead man emerges from the tomb. Lazarus is alive. He is free. Lazarus walks out of the tomb, out of the darkness, and back into life. The event reveals Jesus' power over death, of course, and points to his upcoming resurrection from the dead. But for a moment, let us also appreciate the Master's authority over the darkness and the tomb. As I've said before, many of us have things in our life that we keep hidden away in the dark. We have our own buried secrets, and most of us are afraid of them. We keep our hearts closed like the entrance to Lazarus' tomb. Inside, in our fear, the darkness deepens. When Jesus says, "Take away the stone," we may resist, seeking to keep the tomb of our heart closed. Why? Deacon James Keating writes, "With ever more accurate darts of love, the Holy Spirit opens our consciences before God so that deeper and more effective healing can occur. At times, His coming is so pure that it causes us to have pain and recoil at the level of intimacy God wishes His Son to achieve in our being. We recoil at our own needed medicine because it will bring about a change, and sin wishes no change to occur. In other words, when God gets too close to our stench, we recoil and push Him away out of fear. Do not be afraid. Jesus is not afraid of the tomb. He simply asks us to take away the stone, to open our hearts so that He may free us from the darkness inside. For your prayer, stay here for an additional 10 minutes. Today, pray with John chapter 11, verses 1 to 44. Be present in the scene. Be there with Jesus. Ask the Holy Spirit to help you see what the people in the gospel saw and hear what they heard. Be with Jesus as He calls Lazarus out of the tomb. What stirs within you? What do you desire? What words stood out to you as you prayed? What did you find stirring in your heart?